In this video, we're going to go over our base play out of the gun tight flex, and that's going to be wide receiver corners. Now, just looking at the play art of this play, it's a very unassuming play. It's a very basic type of play. You got a smash concept on the right, and then you have the corner route slant on the left. Now, let's talk about what makes a good base play. A good base play should be something that's very quick and simple to run. When I say quick, maybe one hot route and then you can snap to maybe one or two hot routes, right? And it's something that your opponent has to adjust to by doing multiple different steps. One base defense, like come out and cover zero. If cover zero shuts down your base play just right away, then yeah, it's not really the greatest base play. So our base play, and the reason we chose wide receiver corners is specifically because of that, because we can quick snap this with one or two hot routes, right? So let's take a look at what it looks like on field, and we're going to go ahead and I guess we just run it against the popular cover zero, right? This is against spinner. Spinner looks like this on defense. They'll typically use her over here, and we're actually going to force them to have to use her over here or take this guy away and put him in main coverage. So now what you'll see is, look who's made up on who. You have your corner route on the left lined up over Gabriel Davis. That's a safety, so he's not going to get pressed. You have your corner out to the tight end that's not going to get pressed. The halfback, you can leak him out of the backfield, but we'll get to that in a second. The one route I wanted to draw your attention to is actually this slant route, right? This is a stock slant route. They cannot, under any circumstances, unless they physically walk over and manually press this route, force you to take an outside release on this. So I can shade inside, right? This is a shade inside. This is what it looks like. So he still gets that inside release. Why is that important? Well, there's going to be two quick reads in this play. All right, your halfback, we're going to put him out on an out route, and we're going to streak B, or leave the halfback blocked, drag or zig this B. All right, but the reason that having that quick in cut is because you can throw that against man coverage 100% of the time if there's not a defender in the middle, right? That is our quick read. That is our read that is going to be that little annoyance, right? And then obviously the corner routes, if you have short and elite, which I recommend on these two guys, this corner route, these corner routes will get open against man coverage, just depending on route running abilities, all that stuff. All those things come into play. Now, why we chose this as our base play is not simply just because of the cover zero. This is a really good play against zone coverage too. As you guys should know at this point, and if you don't know, here's a tip. Corner routes on the short side of the field do not need the flat receiver to draw the flat down, right? All you have to have is that vertical push. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to audible into, let's go into cover 3 buzz spy. This actually may kind of look a little weird just because there's this hook in the middle of the field, but a typical cover 3 would have something like this, right? This guy would be, this guy really wouldn't be here. You'd have an extra lineman, really. But it's all good. We're going to go ahead and just leave it like this. I'm going to go ahead and select the lineman. You notice our corner route on the right side is on the short side of the field. There's no underneath push, or pull, excuse me. It's really a pull. I'm going to put this smash concept here on the left. And we're going to snap the ball, and you'll see the tight end gets wide open, right? So that's really good to understand, because we have a corner route on each side. So short side of the field, the corner route will be open against zone. We talked about man coverage and what gets open against that, just to show you a quick example. So say I don't put the halfback out on a route. I go something like this. I've got some quick reads to X. I've got tight end. That's actually a horrible throw by me. And let's be honest, Dawson Knox is not the not the killer at tight end. But if I were to have like a different guy, like a Darren Waller there, or in Mutt have like a Dave Casper there, he'll absolutely cook the man coverage. Same thing with this slot receiver. So these two corner routes are unpressed. Corner routes with short in elite will absolutely destroy safeties. And then you have the tight end, excuse me, not the tight end, the slant route underneath. Now you can motion snap this. Notice that this defender can be motioned all over the field. He can go right, he can go left. If you motion him left, you know, he's going to line up on like a bunch look. So say you're not sure if it's man or zone. This is actually a pretty good route combo versus man or zone. You have your flat, corner, slant, and double corners. You can get creative with it, but what I really like to do is quick snap this, especially against players that will come out in the meta, and I really want to get them off the field. That's the philosophy. Not off the field, but I want them to get out of their cover zero blitz as fast as possible. I want to let them know that, hey, you're not going to run this against me. So if we get them out of their base formation, base play, then typically a lot of your average players won't really have any answer to that. So that's why we start off in this, and this is why we quick snap it. So that's wide receiver corners. Nothing too complicated there. Smash concepts, inside release routes, halfback routes. Don't sleep on the halfback route. Just, you know, have a different, you know, a couple different setups for this play, depending on what defense you see. And we're going to go over in the next video our play that we use specifically to attack this cover zero meta.